Alright, we're gonna cut in here. Hello everybody and welcome, well, good evening everybody, because it's late at night now. Welcome to another video. Episode 2 is currently uploading. And while you're all watching me very first come in here in the water realm, I am hanging about on an alien spaceship that has landed. How wonderful is this? Anyway, last episode ended on a cliffhanger where we saw this spaceship take off, which reminds me an awful lot, by the way, of a game called Little Big Adventure 2. I believe I've already mentioned it in this LP. Greatest games of all time. And in fact, we're having a boss fight against Balazar. At this point in the series, I have actually cut in all of the starting footage. So you guys know all of the plot now. Basically, the idea is this guy found the death disc in the tutorial area. It corrupted him. If you remember last time we fought him and there were the catalysts, he seemed like he was sort of halfway decent still. Well, now he just seems totally messed up. And he's trying to stop us on our quest. So this is like the first proper boss fight that's not against a Guardian. It's against Balazar. There's a few things to point out here. First, get a shield on, whatever shield you may pick. I don't know whether there's any big differences here. You can explore the outside of the ship, and I would encourage you to do this because this is the only time you're going to see the ship just in sort of flux, in limbo, in just no man's land, with clouds down there and nothing else. You can actually come out here, I guess, to be safe from him for a little while. But there is no escape. There's no way to get out of this encounter. One of you will die. In my test file, I managed to kill him, but actually not by that much. Like, there wasn't too much in it. So, we'll see how this goes. But basically, Balazar enchants his armor in a similar way to how you enchant your axiom. And what he does is, depending on what element you've attuned yourself to, he will, like, attune his armor to counteract it. So, you see how I attacked him with water there, so now he's got blue armor on. I'll zoom the camera in. I like having the camera zoomed in on games. Don't like it when it's too big like that. I thought I'd killed him there, but it was the script, and that would have been hilarious. But yeah, and that will actually change the attacks he uses on you as well. He's got like a ranged lightning attack, but it all depends on how he's attuned himself. As long as you can keep in his face and keep swapping your attunement, your elements. So if we go to whirlwind here, for example, as long as you keep swapping your attunement, you can keep him caught off guard and stop him actually damaging you. Oh, no, that's not good. I was trying to attack him with whirlwind there. There we go. It looks like I'm probably going to die here, though, guys, because I've sort of spent too long daddling about. Actually, I don't know why my health is so low, but apparently it is quite low. Funnily enough, his red armor is resistance to both lava and steam. That really sucks. I can't believe he beat me. GG, Balazar. GG. Alright, we'll skip it. Okay, here we go. We're going to go out with flying colours this time. Boom. Don't attack him without an element. Just a word of advice. It will take you hours to kill him, if it's even possible. So, yeah, I wouldn't recommend attacking him without one. We'll go with acid as well. So, your options are to attack him with lightning, with whirlwind, with fire, with steam, and with water. And really, just keep in his face. He does seem to just strip your shield every now and then. I don't know whether that's me playing badly. But just keep going. He stops to laugh, basically, every time you swap element or he reattunes his own armor. And you just got to be careful with that. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm really mighty concerned at the moment because he's just doing ungodly amounts of damage to me and just destroying my shields. This wasn't a problem last time. This wasn't a problem. There we go. Let's knock him out there. And now we'll go back to water because he's just transformed. Like, and there's no set pattern to how often he changes his armor. But as long as you're just rotating your own very quickly, your axiom, you should be okay. So there you go. I've gone to water. And now we're going to go back to fire. And then water again instantly. And then back to fire, and then water again instantly. And maybe you can keep him in sort of a stunlock combo like this. But again, like, this doesn't defeat the fact that he's done ungodly amounts of damage to me, and he's killed me again! How is this possible? Press the A button to continue. What the hell? He's done so much damage this time. We'll try again. I guess maybe he can enchant his own attacks to counter your shield. So currently we have Ice Shield up. And there's a good chance, so there you go, he's gone to fire. There's a good chance he's going to, like, animate his own attacks with whatever will counter that. There you go. So the Ice Shield's doing okay at the moment. And we'll take him out again. Go back to fire, bait him out. Ah, there we go. He's not stripped my Ice Shield instantly. This is good. Where'd you go, Balazar? Ow. He's still doing a lot of damage, though. This scares me greatly. And, oh, man, we've spent so long on this fight now as well. I'm actually running out of things to say. We might cut... And I don't want to cut it either, because if I cut it, we'll hit him with acid. There we go. Ice Shield definitely looks like... And there's him with his green armor, which you won't often see, but there you have it. So you're going to go to red. We're going to go to blue. Then you're going to go to acid. We're going to go to blue again. And we're going to go to whirlwind. And you're going to go yellow. So I'm going to swap there. So you can get a bit of an order to it. Maybe I just got kind of lucky on my test file. Ah, man. There we go. Stop reattuning yourself. And the ice armor seems to be doing very well for me. Oh, no. I accidentally just swapped to regular armor. There we go. There he's down. And do you know what's fantastic about the way you kill him as well? It's basically the same death animation there. Like, you lose control in very much the same way that Azurik does if Azurik dies. Anyway, there you go. That's that boss fight. And it actually looks like Balazar's just dead. Fully dead there. Is that how the story's going to go? Woo! Question mark. No, it's not. I don't know. I don't really understand how they justify that he survives that. But he does, somehow. I guess he just teleported away, guys. Mysteriously vanished with his superior powers. And welcome to what this video is really about. The Air Realm. Now, this save point is funny. On episode 1, someone warned me not to save on this save point because they say that the game bugged out for them and corrupted. And I actually had an issue on my test file where this save wouldn't load, where I can, like, load this save. But I'm pretty sure it's a fine save pad, so don't worry. This, my friends, is the Air Realm. Like, full on, we're in the Air Realm. And it's a totally new realm from what we've seen. This entire Let's Play has been Earth, Fire, and Water. We're now in a totally new section, and I'm so thankful for it. This, I've told you multiple times through this that I've tried to refrain from saying where my favourite area is. This, at least when I was a kid, this is my favourite area of Azurik. Maybe it's because it's sort of the last region I got to before being forced to put the game down because I didn't like get through that crystal thing, which is only speculation, by the way. I might have actually got through it, or maybe it's some other reason, like the fact that it's just badass. Like the environments are so unique here. Whichever reason it is, this, I guess, even from my test file, I still feel very warmly to this realm. And a good part of that, I think now, it's something that I definitely wouldn't have appreciated when I was younger, but it's the music of this area. You know, there's a very subtle little piano that's playing. It's quite overbearing with the noises, but I do love the music in the Air Realm, and it's nice to have a bit of a change of pace. So anyway, let's listen to the Oracle and see what the hell we're dealing with here.
This giant machine extracts moisture from the air and stores it in giant reservoirs where it is released as rain when needed. Reconnect the water slides and reservoirs to restore the rain-making capability of the Air Realm.
Yeah, like what a crazy idea that Perathia is kept in balance just because of these machines built by the ancients. And everything in the lore of this universe, down to the rain, is the product of a machine. And life could not exist down below without it. And there you can see this prophecy we're reading in the manual. Yeah, it kind of makes sense that if this gets thrown out of balance, then everybody dies. Now here's some new enemies. These are called shards. They will deal damage to you, as you can see there, and knock you off of this bridge. Don't worry, I saved it. Here we get to see whether that save file is corrupted me in any way. Now, they're actually really dangerous, especially in the Air Realm, because there's so many precarious ledges and so forth. I'm going to go grab that multicolored orb again. 1 second, guys. So, shards can be incredibly dangerous to deal with. However, there's a very easy counter to them. See, because we're fighting loads of new enemies now, the game encourages us to use different elements and different shields that we haven't for a while. The lightning shield, which is currently only level 2, but would be level 3 if we got our air power, is fantastic against shards. They will fly themselves at you, and instead of hitting you, they will just damage themselves on the lightning and kill themselves. And even better, most of them drop health pickups. Look at that. So when they come at you in massive swarms, easiest way to deal with them, and you'll notice it's not even dropping the capacity on my shield. Excellent. So there's lots of shards, and for this reason, the shield of my choice right now is going to be the electric shield through much of the air region. We got overlords here, nothing new to deal with there. We've got some wind elementals, air elementals, which we have seen a couple of in the fire realm. My understanding is that, you know, those ones we were fighting in the fire realm, in the electric forest, where there were the water elementals and the fire elementals together. I think the devs probably just thought it'd be kind of a cool, rare occurrence to see them combined together like that, and most players wouldn't see it. But actually, it's a really common occurrence there, so most players will have already seen some air elementals. But these are basically a new enemy, and they are weak to ice. So again, we're actually going to be here. Look at these shards; they're just going to kill themselves. They're weak to ice, so we're going to have a lot of new experience with the ice element and actually attacking enemies with it. Something I haven't demonstrated to you. Nah, for God's sake, it is difficult here. Don't let me butter it up. All right, okay, I'm back. I wasn't actually going to cut in here. Can you see this thing here? This stone creature on the side of the platform? This is a gargoyle, and they don't do any damage to you. I don't know whether we can attack them. No, they're basically just completely inanimate objects, gargoyles. Here we go. But if an overlord walks over to one, so we got this overlord here. Let's try and aggro him over. Let's see whether that will work. If he walks over to it, he will basically combine with it to ride it. Oh, and it didn't work. That was really weird. Why did that bug out like that? Go on, try again, mate. You can do it. That's really weird. Why does the game bug out when I start playing with you guys? There's been so many like odd little quirky bug things, and I don't like it because it's like reasons to be like, oh, the game is bad. Maybe they're real reasons. That's very odd. I wonder why those are bugged out. Anyway, overlords will combine with those to create those giant flying things, which knocked me off just now. There's one, and you'll notice that he's got an overlord flying around on him. Those are gargoyles, and those guys are weak to smash. So smash isn't a particularly new thing for us to be dealing with, but it is something to bear in mind. So we'll kill him there. I believe it's one smash combo plus a tiny bit, but because they're flying enemies, you tend to open up on them with a powerful attack anyway. So that's pretty cool. Now, what I was trying to demonstrate to you guys earlier, before I was rudely interrupted and knocked off, is that our ice power level 2... You know how it already froze people for fucking ages and like was really, really, really useful? Well, now that it's level 2, it freezes people for even longer, like twice as long. You know how I showed you, and we've been caught in with that guy. You know how I showed you that when we got our fire level 3, it basically doubled the capacity? What they're sort of doing with the ice power as well is like doubling its duration. Look at that. Look at how long they were frozen for. So again, like it's even more useful. It was already pretty much overpowered at its level 1 form. We'll get away from him. But now it's even stronger still. Here you can see there are many enemies for us to fight, and my elements are getting quite low. That's sort of the nature of the air realm. But don't worry, because even though it's a cool place, we won't necessarily be here that long. Come back here, Gargoyle. He's the last one for us to fight. There we go. So as I say, when you open on them, oh, for God's sake, as long as they don't fly away, now all he needs is one full combo, and then we're sort of done with him. One more combo wombo. Get down here. There you go. So usually you'll stun them and then you'll just be able to attack them like so. So there we go. Right. What are we dealing with here in the air realm? This place is awesome. This is the rain machine. We can take this lift and it will actually take us higher up onto those higher levels. We don't actually want to deal with that just yet. Even more overlords. Oh my god, all these enemies. I am going to start ignoring them soon. I always want to kill them when I'm actually helping, though. It's kind of weird. Instead, what we're going to do is go for this obsidian over here. Now, if I die, of course, that'll be an immense shame. We should be okay. Now, the way that this works is you've got these big fans that catapult you through the sky. Really quite scary. Very cinematic area, I've got to say. But controlling yourself through these fans is actually really easy. These aren't like the geysers that we've been, moving around on. Like I pointed out some in the fire realm once that are just pains to sort of move around. These, you just have full control the whole time. It's basically just giving you a mega jump, which is really nice. And, of course, you've got your air element to supplement any moves you make. So, really useful. Oh, there's even more. Are they just constantly respawning? Very odd. The weird thing that happens there, though, is you pick up the obsidian, but you don't really get to move. There's a second one here as well, which I would recommend you collect. Now, it's quite a lot to do all of this before saving, but I would recommend you go for it. That gargoyle is going to chase you, and yes, that's a flimsy jump and a scary jump to make at that. Keep the gargoyle, and no, you sodding gargoyle! Oh, I'm so unhappy.
Press the ape.
Okay, so here we go. We've got the obsidian now. This time I've just skipped all the enemies. Haven't killed a single one, so... And I mean, that's viable too. Definitely. I just like to kill stuff so that, I get a bit of opportunity to talk to you guys and demo stuff. And, fuck me for trying to do that and then getting killed by the enemies. Once you've got both obsidians, though, you're going to want to hit this switch on the outer ring. Don't go on the lift that I showed you, the elevator that will take you really high up. Hit this switch, and that's going to actually create a waterfall there. And by the way, the lightning shield will offer you immaculate protection from the overlords, which is pretty cool too, just like with the sparks. So what you want to do is zip line down to where this waterfall's been created. And what's so cool about this section of the world is that everything you see here is all relevant and it's all playable terrain. And it's all going to become something that, we have to interact with. Now, as you come onto this slope, you see, you might be tempted to just walk to it. But this slidey, ridge on the edge of the slope will get you killed if you try and walk onto it because it's so clunky, okay? So, oh no, don't go on that either. So, hop over onto the slide and have fun. One of the reasons this place is so cool is that, if you're a gemstone whore, then you're going to hate this because it's really annoying to get... Do you remember the first ever slide we went down where I said that later we'd have more powers that allow us to get the gemstones that were going down it? What I was referring to there is the air power. You can, jump and then double jump and then, keep moving down slopes like that really slowly. So if you really care about all the gemstones, it can be an incredibly annoying section of the game. especially the rain machine, which is where we currently are, because you're going to have so much you're going to waste so much time just like double jumping with the air power just to try and get down that slide, and many more slides that are yet to come, trust me. So we got another lightning shield here. More air elementals. Okay, good, they didn't want me in the water, that's fine. Climb up Azurik. There's actually a save point down here, so you know, you want to get 2 obsidians, hit the switch, and then slide down the thing, basically, all without dying, and then you can get to this save point and be just fine. Bunch of enemies. I am gonna, for the first time, quite severely just start ignoring enemies so that we can get to the good stuff. Now, there's a puzzle down here. A pretty cool puzzle as well, because they do something pretty interesting with your camera. Lots of rubies and a big circle for you to collect, so what I'm going to try and do is grab a few of them. I don't know what shield I want on. I don't know whether I want the regular shield to avoid the air elementals, the smash shield for the gargoyles, or the lightning shield for everything else. So anyway, here's the puzzle. In the center of the room, we've got, there's another gargoyle there. We're going to kill him. We're going to kill him with the smash power. There you go. So here's how you kill a gargoyle. For God's sake, if they don't fall down like that. You hit them, they're supposed to land on the floor next to you. Like that. Oh, no, not like that. Yeah, like that. And then you just do your combo and then they're dead. So, what they do with the camera here is pretty cool. Oh, jeez. Jeez. This video. Oh, my God. Let's climb up. Here we go. Oh, don't you dare knock me off as I'm coming up this ladder. I will not be a happy chappy. Oh, you're going to hit me anyway. So, here's the puzzle. Basically, surrounding the entire rain machine. Come at me, bro. There we go. 1, 2, 3... There, finally, at long last. Oh, he's not dead. Why? There we go. And more enemies just keep coming, but as long as you keep your lightning shield up, you'll be okay. And these are actually really useful now because they'll give you more health. So around this whole area is a large slide. Can you see that up there, just above us? What is that? That's our final water power. That's what the Oracle at Town told us to come here for. Our final water power. And there it is, guys. Water level 3. But how do we get to it? Well, it's at the end of, as you can see here, a large slide that snakes its way around the entire area. But the problem is, each of these little rooms that the slide goes into has a valve with a door that's shut and blocking us off. So we need to complete this puzzle in the middle to open them all up. And the Oracle is going to actually talk to us in a bizarre way, like he used to at the start of the game. When we hit X. I believe it will come up in a second.
Open all of the valves to ride safely down the top slide and receive the fragment. A blue valve is open and a red one is closed. Each switch toggles 3 valves.
So, yeah, and there he talks about a fragment too. We'll get a fragment by doing this as well. So, yeah, we get this little hint. I don't know how well he really explains it, but basically what we're looking at is not in the distance at the slide at the back or the physical valves, but can you see the holographic thing in the center of our vision where the camera's forcing us to look? Which is what I mean by a cool thing with the camera, by the way. I wish they did this more. Now, if it's blue, like that one closest to us right now that's rotating around is blue, then it means it's open. If it's red, it means it's closed. But every single one of these switches will activate 3 at once. So it's one of those like trial and error puzzles where, you know, I'll have a certain amount active by pressing the purple switch, and then the blue might close one of them again and then reopen the other ones and so forth. So you can spend some time trying to figure this out. But the answer to the puzzle is you want the green one. I believe it's the green one. You want the yellow one. And you want the red one. No, that's orange, not red. There we go. And now, have I got that right? There's no indication that you've got it right, but it looks like they're all blue at the moment, doesn't it? Yellow, green, and red. Is it yellow, green, and red, or is it yellow, red, and blue? I'm pretty sure that's right. Let's have a look. One blue, one... Yeah, so they're all blue and they're all open. I'm pretty sure that's the answer, guys, from my memory. So yellow, green, and red. Once you've done that, grab as many gems as you like. What I'm going to do is going to... Oh, I say the camera's good and then it gets frustrating like that. Once you've done that, I would recommend grabbing as many gems in this region as you possibly can and then hitting up the save point before we do the next section. And there, if you pay close attention, you'll see a bunch of overlords suiciding off of the edge of the map, which is pretty funny. These might look like ways back up. They're not. They're insta-kill zones. It's one of those weird things in Azurik, because there are a lot of occasions where if you don't know what you're doing, you'll see something that looks significant. Like the red lifts in the last zone when we were at the Great Tree. Like, they look like they're going to kill you. They don't look like what you need to jump in there and that's going to give you progress. They look like they're going to kill you. But no, you have to jump in. And then here, you've got these things that look like you're meant to jump in to move up. But no, in fact, they kill you. there we go. Once you've hit the save point, you'll notice in the middle there are a couple more rubies as well on these platforms just in the center. And these, if you want the ruby, you're going to have to fly to the ruby because otherwise the fan will catch you and take you up too quickly. But these are what you're looking for to bounce you back up to the top. And they'll actually move you onto these cool little cloud platforms, which I think are really cool. And there's a variant of these in the next zone too. So now we're back up on this hellish circular pad area. And this time, instead of messing about, we're going to go onto this elevator in the center, which takes us up. And funny enough, like, this blew my mind as well. Just the fact, like, you think you've seen it all. You think, you know, wow, there's loads of verticality. And then you realise there's this huge elevator that takes you all the way up here. All the way up here. And there's, like, no loading screen. So, again, more shards. No loading screen. So, I think it's so good. So good. Right. Once you've dealt with the enemies that are in your way here, you're going to find you're on another circular thing here, but it's smaller. It's, like, a little bit tighter. And what we're looking for is the same thing that we found before on the lower rung down. That is a switch, which is going to pour some water onto a slide and give us a zip line to travel over to it. Previously, there were 2 obsidians for us to collect in a region like this. This time, there's no obsidians for us to collect. So there you go. You can see an overlord getting into a gargoyle in the distance there, which is pretty cool. This time, there's no obsidian, so don't worry. I just hope to God that I haven't missed any. We're just going to hit X. Because you should be able to get all obsidians first time through in this realm, so that would be a big, you know, weight off of my conscience if I could just do that. So, and again, you want to get onto the zip line. A bunch of gargoyles, so just go as quickly as you can. My God, look at them floating around up there trying to kill us. Terrifying things. And down we come. Again, remember to hop over. Well, this time the architecture is a little bit different, but I would always hop over like this. And onto the slide we go. Whee! There is a chance that you can fall off of these. The guide I'm reading is like, oh, if you move too fast, you can fall off. I didn't have that experience, despite going down these a lot of times on my test file. But be careful. Look, this one starts to slant in a cool way. Woohoo! Ow. Let's go into first person or as close as we can. Here we go. Oh, wouldn't this be so fun to play IRL? Well, to go down IRL. Here we go at the bottom of this slide. Please tell me we collected it. We did! That was our final water power. And Azurik's not going to do the animation and give us the cool noise until we stand up here. Here we go. Oh, and his basically, guys, what happens with this is these are your options for sound, and I've lowered sound effects really low so that you can hear the music in this zone because the music volume is quite low on this track. So we didn't get to hear his voice at all, so I'll do it for you. All right, a new power. Okay, don't go over there. Yes, we now have max level water. Look at this thing on the Axiom. Oh my God. Crazy badass. And we've now got Steam level 2, of course. Steam is probably the most... Steam level 3, sorry. Steam is probably the most unimpressive of the Axiom abilities. But there we go. That's our final water power. If we were to go back to town now, what would the Oracle tell us to do? He would tell us to go to the air realm and find our final air power. And that, my friends, is what we're going to do next video. Thank you very much for watching. Azurik, Rise of Perathia. And I'll see you tomorrow for more air realm goodness. More new types of enemies. More.